Yes, guys. Big up every single one of you that's locked in. Big up to the sponsors as well. Everyone check them out in the description below. Big up to every single one of you. Welcome back to another episode of Capital Conflict. It's been a while. Holiday settings and all of that. Also transfer activity settings. Although I feel like we can change the name of this pod to sign some fucking players. Or sign a fucking striker. But here we are. All of us, I think, equally frustrated about our position in the window and also just kind of our clubs in general. Even though Chelsea are coming off our first win in 6 games, it shouldn't have been one win in 6 games. But here we are, is what it is. We're going to talk about all of the latest transfer news. Big up to everybody that's locked in. Sean, I'm going to touch on that point in a little second, but big up to you. Big up to Warrior, big up to Namaya, big up to Elijah, big up to Jordan, Jay, big up to Jason, big up to Logan, big up to every single one of you that's in here. Hit the likes, sub to Northside, sub to Mike's. The link is down in the description below. And yeah, let's get into it. Shout out Mike's, big up, bro. Haven't had you on in a minute. Since that time period has gone, we've had the end of the Lopetegui era and the start of the Super Graham Potter era. How are you feeling, bro? How's everything?
Yeah, man, I think this is the first time the channel has seen Survived Lopetegui below my name instead of Surviving West Ham Lopetegui edition, which is good, man. It's good. I had the celebration party a few weeks ago. It's always good to dance on someone's grave, you know, especially when it's associated with your club. So I'm happy to be here again. Shout out Northside, shout out yourself as always, and big up the chat, man.
Yeah, big up. Everybody sub. Northside, hope you've had a good holiday. Although I can't lie, I feel like you'd probably be better off going back because just when I thought things couldn't have been worse for you, I checked the Benfica result. Not even the game. I didn't really catch any of the football last night, but the fucking result. And you cannot catch a break. Genuinely, it's just depression settings. How's everything, bro?
Outside football, everything's always great, bro. Can't lie. Right. Outside of football, everything's great, man. But big up, man. Love Lewis for getting me on. Big up Max as well. But yeah, man, I just can't catch a break, bro. We were 4-1 up, bro, and we bottled it. You know what I mean? And I kept saying, like, I just don't trust this defense, man. That's the thing with Benfica. I don't even like Bruno Lage anyway. But yeah, I just can't. You know, Arsenal bottled a 2-0 lead, and then Benfica bottled a 4-1 lead. It's my life, bro. It's my life right now. At least Benfica's picked up a cup already this season, and they're only 3 points off the top. But it's
better process than Arteta in phase 5.
Oh. But this is the thing. I still want him out, but you know what I'm saying? That Benfica, I don't know, man. It's just it's long, bro. It's long. We've been trashing in Europe for a very long time, bro. Ever since the days of Eusebio, anyway. But at least win me something in the Portuguese league. At least with Benfica, I can say, well, they can't financially compete because they financially can't. Like, what's Arsenal's excuse? You know what I'm saying? It's just what I don't want.
Yeah, year 5, £700 million spent, and you guys are just in the same fucking position again. And it's like, I don't have to say anything more to you about it. You already know the entire situation, but there's still a lot of delusion about it. Still a lot more copium going on about it because I keep hearing the same arguments about the referee. This time, you should have had a handball from Konsa. Even though, like, clearly Havertz is pushing him before that in the build-up, but clearly that doesn't matter. And also the injuries, the big injury problems and issues, yet this is still the depth that everyone's asked for. And it's still not even being used like that. But just quickly before we go on the whole transfer situation, thoughts coming out of that 2-2 draw and just the way the fan base is taking it in general?
Nobody cares what the majority of this fan base talk about because they get it wrong every year anyway. So I don't even care about what the fan base is talking about, bro. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the squad, well, this is exactly what we spoke about. Thomas Partey at right back being wasted, probably our most consistent midfielder. Odegaard creating absolutely nothing. And yet we were told that he's our creative spark. Well, against Aston Villa, Trossard was our creative spark. And it's not the first game that Odegaard's gone missing. Moreno's absolutely useless. And Lewis Skelly is embarrassing man like Zinchenko that's on 150k a week. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. We're rubbish. We can't defend properly at times. The bench is the manager doesn't even want to utilize the bench. And I was right that we don't have any options to rotate with our centre backs. Timber was absolutely awful at centre back. Great at right back, rubbish at centre back.
How far has Kiwior gone down the pecking order that you're picking Timber over him?
Bro, I just don't get it, bro. I don't get what's going on, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't really get what's going on. There's teams all over the place. And the mad thing is, Sterling, what did he do? Do you know what I'm saying? This guy said he's going to unlock Sterling. We're going to see a new Sterling. Why did it take you 82 minutes to bring him on? Because he's rubbish.
Yeah. Remarkably late. Despite the fact that I think you conceded your second in like the 67th minute. It takes you to around 80 minutes to get any sort of response from the bench. That says he doesn't believe in the bench that he has, yet this is the bench that you've selected. This is the bench that was gassed. This is the depth that we've been talking about.
Hasn't Arteta always been like that though? Even before these transfer windows, where he barely used to make subs, and he only made subs when like he really, really had to. Like he used to put Lacazette or Reece Nelson on like really desperately in the 85th minute. He's doing the exact same thing now. He's only playing Sterling because Saka and Nwaneri are both injured. If Saka and Nwaneri are both fit, Sterling would still be seeing 0 minutes. Like that's the mad thing.
Let's see how he gets treated, Max. Ethan's back because before he was performing in the cups and he was only he's getting put on the pitch at like 85th minute, 84th minute. So even when he was performing, like he's got his favorites, bro. He don't want to play. He doesn't want to play anybody apart from his favorites. This is why he rushed back. Ben White injured, Declan Rice injured, Odegaard injured, Saka injured, and some of them got re-injured. Even Trossard got back injured because he doesn't. It's true. He doesn't believe in his squad. So then that just shows me. But then this fan base will then say it's all Edu's fault. But then when we bought them, you were saying that you were justifying Arteta buying a player, saying that these are phase 1 players. But now that they haven't worked out and you see that they're crap, like I said they were, now it's Edu signings. And these men don't make sense, bro. Like I'm just tired of it, bro. When it's a good signing, yeah, and I don't think Declan Rice has been a poor signing. It's been a good signing. Oh, it's Arteta signing. When it's a trash signing, like Mika Moreno, oh, it's an Edu signing. But these men can't make up their mind, bro. Anything to protect this manager. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's just boring, bro. Even though we saw Edu and Arteta both say that they signed players together. They said it from their mouths. Why would they say that if that's not... Well, I can't say...
When it's a bad signing, you know what I've heard? It's recruitment. It's recruitment. It's just recruitment. Even though Arteta literally has a say on the sporting director.
So why is the slogan, if Arteta wants him, I want him then? So you're admitting that Arteta is part of the recruitment. So the recruitment's bad, but that goes back on Arteta. This is what I'm saying. It's all
meant to fly over your head, though. They're trying to be smart about it. Bro, you say recruitment. Oh, you're not thinking Arteta. You're thinking of the scouts.
These are great politicians.
It's not Arteta scouting him. It's the scouts. But if Arteta wants him, I want him. So is it Arteta? How does that even fucking make sense, bro? You see what type of stupid I've got to deal with, bro? These men are slow, bro. Nah, they can't finesse me, bro. I grew up with manipulators, bro, and narcissists, bro. I actually did. This is why I can't stand them. That's why I can't stand them, bro. They do more damage than good, bro. They barely do any good. It's all damage and bullshit, bro. Yes, I did see the training session. I'm gonna do a special video for that one. Don't worry about that.
What, the Samba video?
Yeah. They'll dance it. Bro.
What was the idea behind that? Because I remember a few years ago seeing the whole we'll play You'll Never Walk Alone to try and imitate Anfield. Like they sing You'll Never Walk Alone for 90 minutes. God knows. I thought it was meant to be something linked to the whole Cunha links that you guys have.
Do you know what, Lewis? Max, yeah? It's just a boring team to support, bro. Arsenal's boring because it's the same old problem that never gets rectified. Us doing the bare minimum. It's boring, bro. It's genuinely boring supporting this club, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? It's genuinely boring. Nothing changes. The same old crap. The fan base, these man, I'm telling you, bro. It's like I don't know, bro. Their brain, bro. I don't know. I don't know what program runs their brain. Maybe LimeWire with all the flipping. I don't know. I don't know, bro. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they got a virus from LimeWire in their head, bro. Because these man make no sense. I'm tired of it, bro. It's jarring. This club is actually this club's actually successfully made me hate football, bro.
He plays samba music during training to lift Arsenal's mood. After a painful draw with Aston Villa, the manager sets up big speakers and plays hits such as Mazke Nada to enliven the squad before the Dynamo Zagreb clash. All this to lift the mood for Dynamo Zagreb. You're
This joy is that Arsenal need to be studied, man. The PR, the fan base, they actually need to be studied. They embody the social media era of life. They're the only fan base, by the way. Like you got like no sense of rarity in a fan base where, for example, yeah, when it's every social media fan base is toxic, but you'll meet Arsenal fans that could run these Gabriel face AVI accounts in real life. They're the only fan base like this. They need to be studied. It's just excuse. What? Like, I thought he was trying to make like Martinelli feel at home or something like that. Maybe he's homesick or some shit. That would have made a little bit more sense.
Up a little bit.
No,
yeah,
we need to put them in a rocket and send them out to space and just let them be the test dummies to see if there's life out of space. To see if just let them go. You know what I mean? Risk them, bro. Because these people are a waste of time, bro. They're a waste of They're a waste of time. I'm sorry, they're a waste of time. How can you defend this? How can you defend this crap, bro? Do you know what I mean? And the funny thing is, they're so sensitive for being clowned, but they allow the club to clown us. Mm-hmm. They allow this stuff. They support this stuff. And then they don't like being clowned. Will you guys support this? If you guys just push for success and nothing but success, what do you think? Then all of a sudden, the trophies are on the table. Everybody's going to have to respect us. But when you guys are defending this crap, and telling Arteta, making Arteta be this mad genius, bro. When I was working in the van installing boilers, we were playing flipping tunes on the way to the job, bro. This ain't nothing revolutionary. The thing is, they try and spin it to make it look like it's revolutionary. I've seen receptionists playing flipping Smooth FM. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
iHeart Radio. Do you know what I mean? It's like nothing revolutionary. Why are they trying to make this guy he's playing music in training? When I go gym, everyone's got headphones in listening to music, bro. This ain't nothing special.
Yeah, facts.
But when it's
I don't get why they're trying to talk about lifting Arsenal's mood for Dynamo Zagreb like it's City.
Are you basically qualified anyway for the Champions League? Are you basically nearly qualified anyway? Like you're going to make the top 8?
They're top 8, but I don't think they're confirmed top 8. They're confirmed top 24. So like they'll be through to some sort of next round. They've got 2 easy games coming up. I think after this is Girona away. I don't think they're doing well this season. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but either way, like they should still be expected to win both games. If it's like you're treating it like a gym and you're just playing gym music, I mean, fair fucking play. But let's not act like it's anything revolutionary or anything crazy like that. But hey, it is what it is. In terms of Cunha, though, I find it interesting that not just you, there's a string of clubs that are out for him, which basically says to me is Wolves are kind of looking to try and get rid of him now. And from the stuff I've heard about their ownership, they're doing like asset stripping, where they're happily willing to sell their best players to try and get any sort of profit, and they're also trying to sell off the club. With that in mind, it seems like you are one of the front runners. You and Nottingham Forest. Now, I'm not going to say, is he a game changer? Because I don't think he is. I do think he's an improvement. Is he a game changer? I don't know. Can't really say. He seems like another one of those, like, Swiss Army knife players, them positionless brothers who are good for you, but I don't think they're, like, big game changers. But how are you feeling about potentially being linked to Cunha?
Not excited at all. Not excited at all. You said everything I just thought about the player, bro. Like, he's basically another Jesus. And where did that get us? You know what I'm saying? Going to link up play a little bit, be a bit involved in the build-up play, but ultimately isn't going to be able to be clinical enough to make the real difference, which is putting the ball in the back of the net, which is one thing that we need. But let's keep it real. Arsenal need more than just a striker. This fan base, this club is trying to Jedi mind trick us into all we need is a striker. All we need is not just a striker. We need a right winger. We need a left winger because both of them have been inconsistent. We need an actual left back. We need a deep line playmaker, and we need a striker. We need about 4 players, bro. We need a number 10 that's going to turn up in big games. Like I said, Aston Villa, what did Odegaard create? And this ain't the first time. Where was Odegaard against Man United? Where was Odegaard against Newcastle? Where's he been in the last couple of games? He always has this to his season. Always games that he goes missing. Not a big game player. So this whole thing about, and on top of that, look at the way we're playing football. Look at our style of play. Look at our in-game management, bro. We need a new
High
manager.
line and cross. I hear it.
Man, are going on like a striker's going to resolve all of this. A striker ain't going to.
Yes.
What's a striker going to do? It's not every game that we create stuff. We went down. Man United went down to 10 men for us to create opportunities against them because we weren't looking that convincing, bro. We have not been great. And when we had all our players available, bro, we still lost to teams like Newcastle. We still lost to teams like flipping Bournemouth this season, Inter Milan. Come on, bro. Like, this is ridiculous, man.
Here's my thing. Do you think a better coach would be able to get more out of those players, or at least set you up and coach your team in a way to start being able to create more chances with the players that you have now, like an Odegaard, for example?
Yes.
So then necessarily you wouldn't need to go in for all of those options. You just need to bin him off.
No, if we're gonna this season we have to win something though. So this season we definitely we do need to bin him. We do need to bin him. Can the manager get more out of this team? Yes. Can the manager get us over the line with this team? No. Can the football improve? Yes. But is that enough to get us over the line? No. There's clear deficiencies in this team that I believe.
But if you were to get rid of the manager, do you think you'd still need all of those changes?
100%.
100%. Okay. Even the 10, even the deep line playmaker. Okay, fair enough.
Because this is the thing. Arsenal just said. Sorry, go on.
No, go. I was just gonna say, like, a manager can't make Kai Havertz clinical. A manager can't make Jesus clinical. You know what I mean? Jesus was under Pep, and Pep couldn't make him clinical. Like, there's certain.
No, but like the striker, we can all agree on that one. I'm just thinking more like in terms of an Odegaard, in terms of a Rice, for example. If you had a better coach, you could actually coach the players that you have and actually embed a style of play. They'd be more effective, no? Then you don't have to get those options.
They would, of course. No, you're right. They would, but still not enough to get over the line. Because the second thing I would say is, where's the personality in this team? Name me an Arsenal player that puts the team on his back to get us over the line in any competition. We don't have that. And people may say Saka, but Saka's a great player, but Saka ain't somebody that's got us. He can't even win us a Carabao Cup or FA Cup. Like, let's keep it real. These players need help. And that comes down to not just ability, but also character. I don't think they've got the character to get us over the line like that. Do you know what I mean? And maybe, arguably, the ones that we'll talk about, they're centre-backs. Gabriel, that's chipping in, but he ain't going to get us. Him alone ain't going to get us over the line. Saliba.
See, I understand that, because I was going to ask if a manager would be able to get that personality in the players, and I was going to try and use Chelsea as an example of Mourinho. But then I even look back at the sort of players that we had before that. We had experienced ballers. We had your likes of Desai, Gianfranco Zola, Emmanuel Petit for a while. And these were older players who maybe weren't at the same level by then, but they had the experience. They were able to instill that in the younger players of the squad, and they were able to build off that. And you don't really have that. So I kind of get you. I get where you're coming from.
Also, like the Cunha signing, for example, is another one of them Arsenal signings where, as we mentioned earlier, positionless, but they're only signing him because he's a forward, exactly like the Jesus thing. Instead of signing a natural striker, it's someone that can play across the front three. With Cunha, look at the formation Wolves have played most of the time. It's a 3-4-2-1. He likes the pockets. If you played in our Arsenal team, he's not a focal point up front, and he's not someone on the touchline that is going to batter people 1v1. So he may be an upgrade on what they have, but that is not saying much because we're using the bar as Kai Havertz, Jesus, Martinelli, Trossard. That's not saying much at all. And as North said earlier, it's not just the person up front. The left wing. Also, not even just a deep line playmaker. The box-to-box midfielder. Who is the third midfielder in that team? Odegaard, Rice, and who? And they don't even know how to use Declan Rice. He's not good enough as a box-to-box midfielder as an 8. And he's not good enough to break the lines in the 6. So Arsenal signed him and don't know how to use him. He's just a double pivot guy that wins the ball and gives it to the next man. That is it. And as I said, left back as well. Lewis Skelly isn't even a left back, and he's been their best left back. Calafiori's made a string. He's a centre back that's playing that can't defend in wide areas. These ball playing centre backs that people sign to then play out wide. That is a myth in the modern day football. A lot of these centre backs can't defend in wide areas. So why would you sign a centre back then that's played like 10 games at left back? It's more than just
coach him to be like Ake or something, and he ain't Pep.
Yeah, he's not. And also, like, everyone from the Wolves side has pretty much said they expect Cunha to be a Wolves player. It's just his agent, like, trying to get the contract over the line because this guy was meant to sign a contract a couple, like, weeks ago. So,
yeah, I thought he already had one on the table, though, and he was stalling because of potential interest. That's what I heard.
It's still going over the line. Like, that's the thing. Like, it's still it's still there, it's still on the table. But I think that's why we're seeing Forest, Chelsea, Arsenal, whoever that are interested, because they want the contract, they want the money, so they can eventually sell him in the summer on the hopes that if they do get relegated still, they can still sell him for a high price.
Yeah, I think he's more likely to go in the summer, if anything. Especially not to us. I don't think we're looking at him. There might be some smoke to it just because I know they had interest in Renato Vega, but I don't think Renato Vega would even accept a permanent move to Wolves. He only really wants a loan, and that's because he wants to play centre back. The whole versatile thing that we had for him has been fucked off because he's playing centre back for Portugal. Correct me if I'm wrong, Northside. And he wants to lock himself down in that position in time for the World Cup. So he don't want to do the versatile shit anymore. It's like, just play me at centre back. It is what it is. We ain't doing that. He wants to go on loan. More power to him. But that's part of the reason why we need to hurry up and figure out with what we're doing with our midfield, because I've got Dewsbury Hall, Caicedo, and nobody else fit. And I'm going to the Etihad with no midfielders on my bench. We're not recalling Andre Santos or Ugo Chokwu until very late in the window because we're assessing all of our options. And now people are worried that we're actually just going to end up selling Andre Santos just because there's interest with him from other clubs, which I can't lie, I understand why people are concerned about. I get it, but I also don't think this is cut and dry with that. Because I've seen a few people talk about it earlier. Sean Newlands, big up to you. I said I was going to touch on this. So on the whole Andre Santos thing, I get why people are concerned. Bayern being interested. I think there was a few other European clubs looking at him too. If we were to sell him, we need to crash out on these sporting directors, because we've been told for years that we are loaning him and we are developing him to be a key part of our squad in the future. And he's already one of the best midfielders in League One this season. He's a standout player for Strasbourg. And if we could bring him back right now, I'd bring him on the first Eurostar. I have to take my emotions out of this situation on this one, because they're just keeping him there because they have to look after their sister club too. And because he's a key player there, and the difference between a European charge and a relegation battle, I doubt they bring him back. And I genuinely think it's as cut and dry as that. Now, in terms of us selling him, I've seen too much from the likes of Fabrizio telling us that he is a big part of our plans for 25-26 for me to just outright say the plan is to sell him. Now, I'm not going to talk people down because I do think it's an option. I'm not going to say there's no chance of it happening. We've seen it happen before. It could happen again. And if it happens, these men are a fucking disgrace, because he could walk into our team right now and not just be depth, he'd be competing for a starting spot. But don't run with the narrative just off one guy who's got sources in South America. There's no reason for it. It's an idea. It could happen. He also could just be coming back next season the way things are meant to be planned. I'm kind of still going with the latter. Now, you lot can prove me wrong, I dare you. If he goes, fuck these lot off. These sporting directors need to get binned with him. But I don't think it's happening just yet. So I wouldn't worry about that. I'm just more worried about our position right now with the midfield. We wanted to go for Douglas Luiz on loan, but they don't want a loan. They want, I think, a fee for it and an obligation to buy, which we're not looking for and we don't need. We just need somebody for now. We don't need somebody even for next season like that. We have enough depth. It's just we got a bit of an injury crisis. And some of the depth, Maresca don't trust and we're getting rid of. So it is what it is. But yeah, the idea has to be to try and get a midfielder now. Ideally get a striker too. I don't even think we're going to do either of that. So we're just twiddling our thumbs and just hoping Enzo Fernandez is back in time for Manchester City. Big up the hopium and all of that. This is our transfer activity. Fucking dead. It's just like a heart monitor. Just beep, beep, and nothing else. Which is just, it's pathetic. 2 years we've gone through with one striker in Nicholas Jackson. And it was fine when he was in form and he was bagging goals week in and week out. We're now at 6 games without a goal for him. And I don't have any other options on the bench. And the options that we have, Maresca doesn't trust. João Felix, we don't even use him as a number 9. So pull your finger out of your ass and go and get me a striker or a midfielder, one or the other. Because the fact that we're going to the Etihad with Dewsbury Hall in a pivot with Caicedo, and we're just running Caicedo into the fucking ground, is a disgrace. The fact that the only activity we've done is to recall a centre-back that we probably should have just kept in hindsight, and to buy a player from Strasbourg just to loan him back to Strasbourg and bring him in the summer. When I need all this area being sorted, it's pathetic. It's pathetic.
Jackson's going to be cooked by the second half of the season, man. If you don't sign a striker, man. If he's got like 6 games like this, and we're in January, and he's got no competition, and you're not going to play anyone there, like he's cooked by the end of the season. He's going to look like a shell of himself.
We're just waiting for him to get back into form. That's just it. It's literally a waiting game.
The team,
and is this our plan?
But besides your defense, I watched the your last game against Wolves. The team as a whole going forward lacked a lot of quality, man. A lot of quality. Caicedo looked a little bit tired. Drewsby Hall for me is meaty. Cole Palmer wasn't on it. Madueke doing stupidness. Jackson doing stupidness. Even Pedro Neto not looking as good on the left wing as he does on the right.
That was the worst game of the season for us.
Yeah, man, it was a poor performance, man. I can't lie. So yeah, man, you guys need to. I hear it, man. You can't just run Caicedo into the ground. I think as well, your manager makes some substitutions a bit too late as well. I think some players didn't deserve to stay on the pitch that long. Cole Palmer, one of them, you know, and that doesn't mean that all of them are poor players, but some of them just weren't on it. You know what I mean? I don't understand this reluctance to not play João Felix. I mean, Cole Palmer saw 84 minutes. Didn't really understand why he saw that many minutes. He was quick to take.
He was playing injured too, by the way. He was playing injured as well. He had a knock in the Bournemouth game. He was a big doubt for the match. Out of the 4 players who were a doubt, he was the only one that played, and he played 84 minutes. When it was done by about 60.
I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. Like he hooked off Drewsby Hall before he hooked off Madueke. I don't understand. Madueke was worse. Man. He wasn't great that game, in my opinion, bro. I don't know. He needs to fix that. And the fact that he keeps going with Sanchez as well. What was he doing for that cross, man?
Big bozo.
Don't get me started on number 1 because they call me. They say I'm an agenda merchant when it comes to him now. Leave Sanchez alone. He's had some game-saving saves for us. It's like, what? You know how quickly we're able to tell that Mendy had fell off a cliff and he'd won a UCL with us. But Robert Sanchez, a goalkeeper who's rivaling Kepa for the worst keeper I've ever seen at Chelsea, despite having half the price tag.
Do you know what, Lewis? Yeah, start from the goalkeeper and ask me if I would take him at Arsenal, and then everyone will know the raw opinion on these players from a rival.
From the whole starting team?
Yep.
All right, so Sanchez?
No, wouldn't take him.
Chalobah,
maybe rotation if he continues playing the way he played against Wolves.
I respect that. Tosin?
No.
James?
Yep.
Cucurella?
Yep.
Caicedo?
100%.
Dewsbury Hall?
No.
Palmer?
Yep.
Noni?
No way in hell.
Bez. Neto?
Yep.
And Jackson?
He's better than what we've got, but ain't the answer. I wouldn't take him. I want better.
Don't disagree with any of that, to be fair.
That's fair. That's
the reality on your players as a rival. Whether people saying, Lewis has got an agenda, bro. There's bare players, bro. I'll take Lavia, I'll take Caicedo in a heartbeat, bro. When you guys got ballers, I'll take Palmer in a heartbeat, bro. When you got ballers, I'll take your ballers. There's certain players, bro. It's not an agenda thing. They're rubbish. Some of them. Some of them are rubbish. And even some of the defenders, yeah, where some Chelsea fans are trying to say, this and that. Listen, we will see, innit? We'll see. But I've seen a lot of inconsistency from your centre backs. Too much inconsistency for me to get behind any of them. But you see, James, take him. The problem with him is more about injury, staying fit. Stays fit, baller. Cucurella is effective. Yes, there's been some bozo moments from him, but he's a good fullback.
He's got more awareness in the box than our forwards. Deep that.
Do you know what I mean? He's an effective fullback. So, bro, at the end of the day, there's some players there now, man. Drewsby Hall, he looks like a system thing. He knows the system, and I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. Yeah. I have to be honest. But
Yo, we're already trying to sell him after 6 months anyway, which is just again another indictment on how silly we've been in the last 2 windows. I've been saying that window looks worse and worse by the week because we're basically trying to get rid of everything that we brought in. Jorgensen, highest save percentage in the Liga, cannot buy a start, and I don't get why when I have the first worst starting goalkeeper in the league in my team. I don't get it. Dewsbury Hall. Maresca didn't even ask for him. He
It was
didn't
like,
even
fuck it, you know
ask
him.
for it. And like we just cock-blocked an entire Brighton medical unwarranted. Man was mid-medical and we just went, yoink. We'll take another Brighton target. Let's go.
oh, I thought you bought him because of the manager.
No, even the reports at the time said it weren't Maresca that pushed for it. It was the sporting directors. Meanwhile, Mads Hermansen, one of the best goalkeepers in the league and understands his style of play, is sitting there. Ed.
Yep. He literally
Two
was-
birds, one
receiving
stone
the
right there.
ball.
You don't have to buy Jorgensen. The Dewsbury Hall money goes into that.
Dewsbury Hall, yeah, he makes it look a little bit pretty. Yeah, he'll receive the ball, go sideways. Receive the ball, go sideways, but go forward, bro. Go forward. The goal's there, bro.
Honestly,
Yeah.
with him, I was just glad he weren't losing the ball. So
Bro,
I had
that
such a
says
low
everything, though,
expectation.
innit?
Yeah, he's a mid-table player. He's a mid-table
My
player.
expectation of him's been low anyway. When I saw him starting, I thought, oh, fuck, we're in for a long game. And I watched him. I ended up treating him like drink water. It's like, yeah, you didn't lose the ball. You kept it ticking. All right, cool. You know what? Decent outing, mate. Nice little sprays here and there.
Yeah, he's modern day Drinkwater. Like that's what he is. That's what that signing looks like. You guys just sometimes you do shit for the sake of it. You didn't need to hijack that. You're like, fuck it, we can hijack that. We
But
can
you know how
hijack
they
that.
get away with it, Max, yeah? They'll break even at least minimum. They'll break even on what they bought him for. That's the thing with
legit.
this is what
They always
you see
they know how
Arsenal.
to sell.
If it was Dewsbury Hall by Arsenal, we'll give him 5 years. We'll give him 100k. We'll give him the number. I don't know, the number 8 or the number 10. Yeah, and then we'll just keep him here. And then whatever we bought him for, we'll sell him for 10% of that. And say, what could we do? We had to rip up a contract. Like,
If
that's
we
the
find a
way
way
they
to even break even on him, fair play, because I don't see it happening.
Dewsbury Hall would end up like El Nene at Arsenal, honestly.
bro.
You might get a mural, mate.
Or Rob Holding. This is the problem. Chelsea always know how to get themselves out of these situations. They know how to market a lot of their players, bro. And this is why they get away with it. People are like, oh, how do they do it? Because they sell well. They sell well. This is why they're able to make mistakes and bounce back from it. I mean, it's not even like anything like that's rocket science. It's just my club is that backwards and that slow. Do you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know, bro. It's just, yeah, it's crazy. So Dewsbury Hall, as much as he's rubbish, you'll probably break even or make a profit on him. Yeah, I mean, didn't you guys make a profit?
Also, João Felix, that's another one the manager didn't ask for.
But he's a baller, though, man.
No, I hear it. I want to see him get more minutes too, but I'm just thinking, like, right, how many man did you buy without the manager even giving the yes for? Like, what?
What's the
really?
point?
But I hear you as well. Felix, you can utilize. If you don't trust Mark Giu to come off the bench, play Felix as the 9. I keep saying the guy is so selfish as a 10. Play him as a 9. Because at the very least, I know he's going to get the ball, look for a bit of space, shoot. He's got decent ball striking. Cool. Play him there. Give him a 30-minute cameo. We'll make chances for him. He might even link up well with a few of the players. Cool. But we don't even do that. He comes on for like 5 minutes and gets them pity minutes. Doesn't do anything. It's just a waste of a window. The only ones that we've done pretty well with is Sancho and Neto. And Neto is dying out here because we don't have a forward with aerial threat. He always puts good deliveries into the box. No one in the middle for him. Wasted. Straight wasted. And now we rip into him because, we don't score enough. He's never been a goal magnet like that. That's not his game. I see the aspects of wing play that he has, and he's good at that. But we don't have anything in the final third to, like, cater to it. So, man's just there, just keeping the ball ticking. Ultimately, waste of a window. Like, you should have gone and got that number 9 with box presence that we needed. We need that now. Go for it now. But instead, we're linked with Garnacho. I'm linked with Garnacho. And I don't think we're going to get him. I do still think he ends up at Naples. But part of me is a little bit worried that we're trying to play smart with this and drag it to deadline day and hope United are a little bit more willing to take a lower package by that point. And if fucking Garnacho is my winter signing, I'm going to flip shit. Because what the fuck does this guy bring to my team? What does he improve for us? I get he's 20, he could continue to develop and all of that. We have the base. We've built our youth. I've built my youth's team. Why do I need more? I need somebody that comes in and has immediate impact. Because we've given up all the ground that we had in the top 4 race. It's gone now. You've got Newcastle City all right behind us. That's a whole Manchester City, by the way. We know what they're like in the second half of the season. And you're saying, you know what I need? Alejandro Garnacho. That's going to be the fucking game changer to our attack. Yeah, great. Seriously, pull your finger out your arse and do something. Or if it is Garnacho, I'd just do nothing. I'd just rather you do nothing. Because what is he going to bring to me other than selfishness without the end product?
To be fair, he fills in an LGBTQ quota. So he does that.
Bro, they're showing lack of ambition, just like Liverpool, bro. Look at the way Man City are moving. This is why they will go back to the top. If you, man, don't... I said this, yeah? With the way you guys were playing, it, like some Chelsea fans, oh, yeah, you know, I get it. There's no expectation this season. When you're in a situation that you can get yourself in a title race or to win the league, you have to go for it. You can't do this whole thing of, let's just see at the end of the season. We know you need a goalkeeper. We know you need a centre-back. We know you need a striker. That spine of your team is incomplete. Yes, you got Caicedo there, but where's the clinical goal scorer? Where's the centre-back pairing? Where's the goalkeeper? Where's the striker? Come on, bro. Like, that's all you guys need. If you guys bring in, a proper, world-class or just below world-class goalkeeper, a world-class centre-back and a striker, bro, this is Chelsea. Yeah, I'm saying it as an Arsenal fan. You, man, used to move like that. Oh, what do we need? We'll go get it. Do you know what I'm saying? Even if you get 2 out of the 3, I would still say that's ambitious. If you get a proper goalkeeper and a striker, I would still say that's ambitious. If you get a centre-back and a striker, that's still ambitious. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you lot are in a position to go higher. Why would you not? Why would you not? What, you're going to wait till the summer when everybody's out for these players?
You know, one other thing that I've heard as well, like, it might be something that, like, for a lot of our fans, we're not really used to, but I don't think we got the money.
Bro,
that's what we're hearing.
Bro,
that's why so many players are up for sale already.
I ain't hearing none of that, bro. I've seen you guys break the rules, find little loopholes in that, bro. Come on, Chelsea's got.
I don't know where that's coming from now. That's what reports were saying a week ago. We have to sell to raise funds to bring in a centre back, and then we ended up just bringing back Trevor Chalobah anyway. Now, like Nkunku, we haven't been able to sell him. Dewsbury Hall, no one's coming for him. Vega only wants to go on loan. Chelsea are trying to sell permanently, even though we got him 6 months ago as a Swiss Army knife thing, which says how much we're probably trying to look for that money. Chukwuemeka, no one's looking for him permanently because we value him at around 40 million and he's been so injury prone and had such a bad lack of minutes. No one's paying that without a loan spell first. So it's like, I actually don't know if we have the money or not.
It kind of says a lot about your signings then over the past like 2 years, maybe. Then if you don't have any money now, if you look back at like the Dewsbury Halls as we were just mentioning, or like the Viegas, these people that instantly want to go because the manager didn't want them. If you have got no money and the manager didn't want some of these signings, your directors of football or whoever's running the things, they need to go. They need to leave now. Then if you've got no money and then your next target is Garnacho, it is a bit like worrying on your side though. If they're advancing with Adeyemi and Chelsea are waiting to submit a proposal for Garnacho, that's got to be a little bit worrying to see it like
all the reports on Garnacho is just Chelsea are thinking about whether to make a move or not. They're thinking.
Bro,
we're waiting.
But look at Barcelona though. How are Barcelona always able to get their targets and get players over the line after everything they've gone through financially? And Chelsea that are great at selling, Chelsea that are able to find loopholes, Chelsea that are always been trying to be proactive and been proactive since the Roman days. All of a sudden, you guys ain't got money. I'm not hearing that, bro. I'm not hearing that, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
I hope you're correct still. And if even the idea of Chelsea being broke, as a guy who's lived through the Roman era, I don't understand that language.
I don't get it.
There should be something else you can sell off. or flip.
You have
I
weddings
don't
there,
know.
like
But
possibly.
honestly, if it is for Garnacho, fuck it, be broke. Be broke. I don't care. I'd rather be broke than have
Yeah.
fucking money in my club. Yeah, what's the point? But in terms of what Mike was saying about the window, like more this summer window than the one before. I actually don't really have too many issues about the 2023 window. I think we did really well on that one. It's just this one, Sancho and Neto look good. Jorgensen, I can't write off because we just don't give him a run of games. The rest, I'm side-eyeing. I'm really heavily side-eyeing. Renato Vega, I like the idea, but he now wants to be a centre-back instead of the versatile thing. So we already have 2 left-footed centre-backs. So you're going to sell off one of the other 2, or is it going to be him? João Felix, the manager didn't want him. I already think he's on borrowed time just because of that. What else? Tosin on a free. Don't care. Like sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. It is what it is. But again, so whatever. Who else? Mark Giu, the one of the most obvious flips that you're ever gonna see. 6 million, you'll probably triple your money back. I don't really know who else is there. Mike Pender's another one for a few years' time. Probably the rest are all there for a few years' time. This is the window that I'm kind of looking at. Because we needed a striker, we didn't get that. Dewsbury Hall basically meant one of Ugo Chukwu or Santos had to go on loan. And they would probably be more useful for us now than Dewsbury Hall would have been. So overall, this window is looking like a big ass L. And this window is a sackable offense in itself from the sporting directors. But they won't do that. They won't do that. So here we are. Oh no, that's Cassidy. What's happening with Cassidy? We are not opening the door for Cassidy to Lazio or Torino yet. They're asking for something more. All right, so yeah, we're not selling him yet either. Great. I don't even think we're making profit on him yet. What we were hearing was that it's going to be close to a profit, and then the add-ons and the future sell-on fee makes the profit. And even then, I'm thinking, why am I thinking profit? I want players in. Fucking hell. Hey, modern day football, innit? Modern day football. You, man, keep hitting the like. Shout out to every single one of you. Northside as well. Just check the private chat quickly. Big up to LFC Sai saying Napoli going for Adeyemi, then Garnacho to Chelsea. I think they're looking at Adeyemi, but they're also trying to put pressure on Manchester United too. So it's a bit of both. And even if they go for Adeyemi, that doesn't equal Garnacho to Chelsea. It could easily equal Garnacho stays at United. So yeah, if you want to go for Adeyemi, you're smart. You're not going for Garnacho. Well done. How about we be smart too? Big up to Views on Sports saying big up panel, Lewis, Northsides and Mike's. Big up to Views on Sport, my G. Big up, brother. Big up to Charlie as well, saying big up Lewis, Mike's and Northside. Big up to you, Charlie, as well. Always appreciate you, man. And big up to Charlie again, saying I guess that's Big Dick Deckers. Fair play.
Yeah.
For Kudus, straight swap.
He doesn't like Kudus. Charlie's on my channel. He doesn't like Kudus.
Really? How come?
Kudus has been bad recently, but listen, we'll get into it later. But like Kudus has been bad recently. I still think there's a good player there, but he's been poor. He's been poor recently.
All right, yeah, we'll touch on that in a little, sir. Just one more super chat. Big up to Judo, no, my guy. Big up, bro. Saying, I'll say this again. I see Clear Lake doing an LA Dodger type of moves. I have a feeling that a lot of the money has been differed like they are doing with Afani and co. Building a dynasty. I have no idea what he's done with the LA Dodgers. I won't front with you. I'm going to need a little bit more with that. But in terms of building a dynasty, you kind of already see it with the multi-club model. That's why I'm saying I don't give a shit about Strasbourg personally. But I get that you kind of need him there for Strasbourg. And also, ultimately, he is just going to get more minutes at Strasbourg than he is at Chelsea. The bigger question is about whether we end up trying to flip him in the summer. And I don't think we are. I don't blame people for being concerned because if we're moving dumb now, who's to say we don't move dumb next summer? I ain't going to talk that one down. He will really think I'm a Clear Lake cuck like that. No, I've been crashing it on these guys all fucking season. And if they get rid of Santos, you're going to see something different too. But in terms of building a dynasty, I only see it with the multi-club model. In terms of, I'm guessing you're saying just developing to flip. I've already seen that anyway. But I've always thought that there would be a core group of players that you keep within the first team, and then you just develop and flip the rest around for easy profit and self-sustainability. That I don't mind. but you need to be able to differ between the two. And you also need to be prioritizing the first team as well. I don't need you to keep buying players for the future when right now needs to get patterned. We were meant to get top 4 last season. You fumbled it because you gave the keys to Pochettino. Don't fumble it again. Because the whole thing I said after sacking Poch was that I'm not looking at the manager now. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. Because you're picking the next coach. You're the one building the squad now in your 3rd season. You can't hide. You cannot hide. Because we should have got those targets last season. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt because you hired Poch. At least just sacked him. Now, done. You get top 4 or you lot are done out. What is this thing saying? Understand Napoli and Dortmund are discussing package worth 45 to 50 for Adeyemi. Club-to-club contact made today. Napoli also approached player side. Yeah, cool. You lot are smart. Stay away from Garnachos. Good. Fair fucking play. Big up for the donation, though. Big up to every single one of you that's in here. Mike's life under Graham Potter. I think it's 1 win, 1 loss so far. And your lineup, Kudus left Kudus up top, Souček left forward in a 3-4-3. And your bench looked like a fucking mess. How's life been around West Ham, bro?
Do you know what? It's been better, but that's not saying a lot because Lopetegui is the worst manager I've ever seen ever. And I'm not joking.
Toxic.
Exactly, man. Like, how dare I? I saw it after game week 5. How dare I?
Have you written the apology letter yet?
Oh yeah. I forgot to mention that in my funeral celebration. Like, I did a whole eulogy for this guy. It's brilliant. I got in a suit, got my bucket hat and shades on, and I just went. I
didn't even put a suit on for Poch. He didn't deserve that from me.
No. This is the thing. This prick deserved it, though. This prick deserved it because when I say he's the worst manager in the Premier League ever, I'm not joking. Because if you compare the squad that the manager had compared to the manager that he is, he's by far the worst. He's worse than De Boer. He's worse than Gerrard. Worse than whoever.
When you get a new manager? When you get Potter?
Potter's here. But I'm just mentioning him. I'm just stomping on Graves.
I got Potter.
Hey.
This is
I
the
like
thing.
you know, Lee's twinning that.
I forgot about the Lee comparison. Shit. I like lockdown Lee, bro. Let's go.
Me, man. That's what it's calling me Rafinha. Hold that.
Do you know what I get called? I get called Fabianski.
You kind of
No, I don't look like Fabianski. Like, you weren't meant to agree, Northside. You weren't meant to agree.
I mean, I kind of see it.
What do you mean? You kind of see it?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
No,
obviously, you've got more of the fountain of youth about you, but I kind of see it.
Bro, now he's having stinkers and people are blaming me for it. I don't get it, bro. I don't know.
Bro, how's Mavropanos, bro? How's Mavropanos? Because he came from
fair play. I'm getting my picture plastered over Twitter when Isak drops a stinker. So, hey, it is what it is.
No, son, I'm glad you mentioned Mavropanos. Mavrobozo, yeah? Like, this guy. This guy, bro. This fucking guy. This square-headed prick, bro. Yeah, he looks like he should be in Minecraft, bro. I fucking hate this guy so much, man. The fucking right angle head looks like Willie, man. Like, I can't be asked for Mavropanos, man. I've called this guy Mavrobozo from like game week 3. I do when these like pretend to be nonchalant centre backs that take too many touches and then known as ball playing centre backs, bro. Get a fucking life, man. You need to be selling fish in Romford Market or some shit, selling off-brand shoes. Like, I can't lie, I fucking hate him.
Too many touches at the back. Yeah, that sounds familiar.
The Mavropanos is one of the worst. Like, well, not even one of the worst. I've seen worse than him. That's the worst thing about West Ham. I've seen worse than Mavropanos on my club, but he's terrible, man. Like, without Todibo in this side, our defense just looks fucked. Because the back four of like Kilman and Todibo together, like Todibo covers for what Kilman's deficiencies are, but Mavropanos, like he's so bad. He makes everyone look worse. And I think it's under Graham Potter. To be fair, Graham Potter got appointed with one training session. I know we played in the FA Cup the next day. I saw what Graham Potter's trying to do after one training session compared to Lopetegui. We sacked him in January. Still didn't see what he was trying to do. I didn't know what he was trying to do, but they chose to sack him after losing to Man City instead of losing to Leicester a few weeks back, which there you go. Says a lot about our ownership and stuff like that. But Graham Potter, like, I already know what he's trying to do. we're trying to play football, but we're also trying to stay organized at the back. What I like is it's quite fluid throughout the thing, so it's not just one formation. Like everyone's kind of moving around, but everyone's kind of taken in the instruction quite well. It's just that there's only so much he can do with the certain group that he has. Like Edson Alvarez, Bozo, like Guido Rodriguez is meant to be a squad player. Mavropanos is shit. Like he needs to upgrade on every midfielder that we have. Luckily, we're linked with a a midfielder that was on our shortlist is having a medical tomorrow. I forgot his name. I think it's Banzuzi or some shit. I forgot his name.
Do you think he'll be popping back?
I'm not too sure. I think he will be. I think he will be. But just because we don't do anything in January under any manager, we're it's the summer that I'm looking at it for what it is, because you can't back Lopetegui for what that was, give him all them players, and then get a significant upgrade and not back him, because Graham Potter can actually work with technical players as well, and that's now. And now I've got really no excuses for some of these players that have been through a couple of the managers. The likes of Paquetá and Kudus need to step up. You are big name players. I have more expectation on you than the others, but despite the fact that we lost against Crystal Palace, I can see way more positives in what's it called in what Graham Potter's doing than what Lopetegui was trying to do. And Graham Potter's been in nearly 2 weeks. He got appointed, like it'll be 2 weeks tomorrow where you got appointed. If I can see what you're trying to do in one training session, that means I was so right about what Lopetegui was like about Lopetegui, because I called it out game week 5. I called it
that
out.
Reminds me of Lampard and Tuchel.
Yeah.
I remember Tuchel came in like one day before our match against Wolves, and like the first thing I clocked 50 minutes in, I was like, I ain't seen this pressing in like 4 years.
Yeah,
you've only had one session. What the fuck?
Exactly, and that's the thing with Potter. What's good about him as well? He's going to include like the youth academy, which I'm not really a youth academy merchant, but we actually have a good enough youth academy where we can bring people through now. Ollie Scholes is an up and coming left back. He can play left wing back as well. He'll really suit him. He'll be pretty much the Cresswell replacement, which is good for us because we don't actually have to spend any money that way. Like our group of players won the FA Youth Cup against Arsenal a couple of years ago. Those group of players are actually good enough. Like some of them are good enough to step into the first team. Like the Kalen Caseys and Lewis Orfords. These guys are youngsters that will fill in gaps that we actually have in the side, like the midfield, for example. It's like, do you know what it is? Despite the fact that we lost against Crystal Palace, like I still saw like it was a bad game. Don't get me wrong, it was a bad game. Like the lack of progression with the ball with the midfielders that we have was alarming, because I don't know how as a professional footballer you can't pass the ball forward. Like the Edson Alvarez of this one, he was like, he's been coached at Ajax. You're coached to play in possession-based football. I don't know why you can't translate that.
A few men that could put in that conversation. I won't lie.
Yeah, like Guido Rodriguez. Like he was just meant to be a squad player, but he's been heavily scapegoated. I don't think he's actually meant to play as many games as he's playing right now. He's just a backup at this point. But he's been playing too many games, in my opinion. But not in terms of like, he's tired or anything. He's just not good enough. But the difference between now and then is like watching West Ham under Lopetegui was like watching the love of your life turn into a complete slag, and she's just getting raw dogged around town by everyone. That was like it. I just felt like a cuck watching my club under Lopetegui. I just felt like I was just watching love of my life getting fucked. Like that's what it was like. I felt like that.
Actually, to be fair, I was there with Potter, but it wasn't really his fault like that.
Yeah, let's bring up Graham. Let's get Graham out.
That's the difference between between then and now. Like I can at least see what we're trying to do. I don't think we're bad enough to like be in deep in a relegation battle, because we're just above it. We always rise ourselves a little bit further than the other teams, like the Evertons, like the Southamptons, Ipswiches, etc. But you kind of just gotta use this as pre-season. Like you kind of got to use this as your extra pre-season just to get used to the team, and then you can see what you need to improve on within the summer. Because we need attackers, we need a striker. I'm not having any excuses, because I know a lot of people are saying West Ham are ambitious because they bidded for Duran. I need to educate people on West Ham United real quick. This is David Sullivan. David Sullivan does this thing called phantom bidding, where he knows he's not going to get the player, but he puts in a bid to make it look like he's going to be ambitious. So it's like in the season we finished 7th, it was the 21-22 season. We bidded for Rafinha, 50 million. We knew we weren't going to get him because it was Leeds. Leeds were in a relegation battle. We bidded 50 million for Calvin Phillips, funny enough. They rejected that. So thank you, Leeds. Appreciate it. But and even though he went on loan like 2 years later, one of the worst players to ever to be at my club, it was only a loan, and he can't get a game for Ipswich now. Brilliant. And we bidded for Darwin Núñez that window. We bidded for Leandro Trossard that window, but we bidded for players that we knew we couldn't get. It's the exact same as now. The problem now, if 57 million for Duran would have got you Duran in the summer because they wanted 40 million. They wanted 40 million. So I don't want to hear any excuse about FFP or no money because you've shown your hand. You've shown your hand that you have money there. Cool. A midfielder is cool. We need midfielders. We need 2 attackers though. Fulkirk is out again. Fulkirk was back for a month, got injured in the FA Cup, and he's pretty much fucked for the rest of the season. Jared Bowen's back. Bowen is back. He's training again, but we can't be just relying on Jared Bowen. Kudus needs to step up. Paquetá needs to step up. Hopefully Somerville's back soon as well. We have got injuries, yes, but injuries aren't an excuse in football when you're in a transfer window. And even when you're not in a transfer window, you can be like, I can look at a previous window and be like, did I do good enough? I don't care if it's a crisis. I don't care if there's 8 players out. You've got a youth academy there. Use it. We've got a good enough youth academy now. You can use that shit. I'm not going to point
using that.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. That's one of the requirements of the new manager was because I think they said that to Lopetegui, but Lopetegui didn't do it. Lopetegui didn't use any of the youth when we actually needed to. So the likes of Ollie Skulls has given Emerson competition at left back role because Cresswell's done out here. Lewis Orford is good midfield competition. Like we've got youngsters that are good enough. We've got a couple on loan that will do well when they come back, like Freddie Potts, etc. So now that will save us a bit of money. So even if you don't spend money, I expect the academy to be used. And the thing is, we've got some tough games. Don't get me wrong. I'm not expecting too much, but why I'm expecting some of you players need to turn up. You're playing for your futures now. For me, I've given you all the excuses that you've needed under the previous managers. Now that you've got a proper coach, I'm not trying to hear none of that. I'm not trying to hear any of the excuses anymore. You got to play to your strengths now. You actually got to take games by the scruff of the neck. If you're not performing, cool, old smoke. Is where it is, but for the rest of the season, I need to see performances from everyone, especially everyone that's been here before the summer. Like the likes of Wan-Bissaka, despite the last game, he's the only one that I can really say you've performed basically every game. Wan-Bissaka's performed every game. He's been outstanding. Like I don't really have many complaints about him. Like he's been good going forward as well. He can't cross. No, he can't cross. But this system suits him a lot more because he's tucking him into the back 3 a little bit, but still giving him a license to go forward. It suits it. His style of play suits our squad a lot more because Lopetegui didn't have a style of play. He didn't have a style of play. He was just a receiving.
Now the managers do. You can just center in on the players because you got a decent coach with you.
Yeah, exactly. He's just a receiving.
For the level that you guys have, Chelsea was just too big for him. For the amount of work that had to be done at that club, it was too much for someone like him.
Exactly.
That's got no CV on.
And the thing is, what changed? Because he was free in the summer. So why didn't you get him in the summer? We didn't have to be in this issue in the first place. That's what makes this appointment so stupid. It's the fact that he's a good manager, but he could have been hired in the summer and not one day before an FA Cup match. I wanted to have, as a West Ham fan, even though we've been shit, I will always want to see my team do well in the FA Cup, especially in the stadium, in the era of the new stadium. I want to see you take these cups seriously. I don't care. People can be like, "Oh, you won the Conference League, so you don't need to win anything again." That's not how it works, mate. I can't lie. Do you know in the FA Cup, I don't think we've gone past the 5th round in so long, man. I've seen us lose to every.
Have you seen us?
Bro, yeah, that's fair enough. But I saw my team nearly lose to Kidderminster once, and I was like, we needed Declan Rice and Jared Bowen to beat Kidderminster. Felt like Tottenham against Tamworth. This is the thing with West Ham. I'm not going to get my hopes up. I never will, because this is West Ham United. They'll find a way just to pile it back down. But I need to see you perform for the rest of the season so I can then have a bit of expectation for the next season, depending on what Potter's going to get in the summer. If not, then I'm just going to call out the ownership like everyone else does. But there's only so much we can say and we can do now because this guy is not going to leave. As much fans are frustrated and fans will stop going because they can. Yeah, because the concession prices.
Just don't go.
Yeah, the concession prices are rising. Fans have had enough. So
fans have had enough. Don't go.
Now.
The fans have had enough and don't go. How much have you had enough? Do you know what I'm saying? And like I said, maybe I say it from a point of view that I didn't grow up going to football games. I grew up watching at home at my grandparents' house, watching football on TV. So maybe to a degree, it's not an addiction for me like it is for certain other fans. Yeah, and I can respect that. But at the same time, if you really want change, then you have to get out your comfort zone to create change.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it real. When a nation wants freedom or wants to change and stuff, there's uprisings, there's uncomfortability, uncomfortable conversations. People have to take. You know what I mean? You got to stand up. I think in football, people want change, but they don't want to. They don't want to really go through what it takes to change. Me, I'm doing my part in it. I know, like I don't buy anything Arsenal. Everything I've got that people may think that I've bought has been given to me, and that's the God's honest truth. I don't go to games. I do not do anything, bro. I don't even pay to watch the game, bro. I get it on a dodgy website. You know what I'm saying? I don't even fund it through that, bro. I don't pay Sky Sports. That's the reality, bro. I'm not funding bullcrap, bro. I'm not funding it. And yeah, maybe listen. At least you know that you've done your bit in it. That everybody else is going to do what they want to do, but at least you've done your bit, and also it gives you extra cash that you can invest in things that actually warrant your money, like a holiday.
Like going to the last 2 seasons, right? I've just been buying like old kits from classic football shirts and all of that.
Yeah, I hear that because
this is the retro kits and everything.
This is the thing. Like, I do go to games, but there was a period of time where I wasn't going to games. I stopped going after the first season in the London Stadium because I was like, fuck the stadium. And then I came back in lockdown, like after the lockdown era, because it was just like it was offered to me last minute the season ticket. I've been back since. But this is the thing: people remember the time where a West Ham fan, when they stuck a corner flag in the middle of the pitch, fans threw coins at David Sullivan. Fans threw coins at him.
That day. So, it was a 3-0 loss to Burnley, wasn't it?
Yep, I can remember that day clearly. I wasn't there, luckily, but part of me kind of wish I was there. Just
Mark Noble nearly knocking out one of the West Ham fans. That is edited, man.
Yeah, this is the thing. This is my point. If David Sullivan thinks he can get away with shit, remember what happened. Remember, like your head nearly got bust open because people throw coins at you. Yeah, you want that to happen again? I dare you. Because like West Ham fans will go to the director's box. They will find a way. They're like a security there.
Keep playing games, you know.
And this is the thing. I'm glad you said about holiday. I'm meant to be going Greece in the summer. If there's a mural of Mavropanos, I'm gonna fucking piss on it.
Actually, who am I kidding? This fan base did nothing but twiddle their thumbs all of last season. What am I talking about?
If fans wanna waste their money, please deposit it into my bank account, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
if you want to burn money, bro, I'll utilize it. You know what I'm saying? I'll utilize it on some good food, a good holiday vacation, bro. I understand, bro. We all work hard for our money, man. You know what I'm saying? Look at where you're actually spending it, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna spend it in your football club, and if they're not being serious, why? You don't get a Blue Peter badge for that. You do know that, yeah? You don't get a Blue Peter badge, bro.
You get fucked.
So, bro, man, talking about memories and that, bro. Bun these clubs, man. If they're not serious anymore, starve them, bro. Someone put it in the thing. Starve them. Starve them. What's the point? Yeah, man.
Because they're getting too much from everybody else. Fuck all of that. Just quickly, because I'm seeing this old Fab Bomber that's dropped. I'm just gonna do this and then go through super chats quick because I know you got to jump off in a set. But I want to talk Bomber. A big up for bringing it up. I always appreciate you guys bringing the news into chat. Concrete possibility. We're really, really considering making a bed. We're really, really thinking about it. Chelsea could make a bid in the next hours or days. Mandem, is this a bomber? No. You know what this is? Repost. This is the same shit we knew from 4 days ago. So, and like the whole Napoli discussing Adeyemi, good for them. Genuinely good for them. They'll get him cheaper. And you know what? It ain't Garnacho. That does not mean we're getting Garnacho. How about nobody gets Garnacho? How about Garnacho just stays at United? Because 50, 60 million is stupidness. So, guys, look, I appreciate you always bringing in updates into the chat. I will never, ever be annoyed at that. But we think about what a bomber really is, guys. You know what a bomber is? Chelsea have dropped a bid. You know what a bomber is? Chelsea have agreed personal terms. A bomber is Chelsea are discussing personal terms. Or bid accepted. Or here we go. Those are bombers.
Your medical tomorrow.
We're really, really, really considering making a bit. No, that ain't no bomber. That's just, oh shit, I ain't dropped the Garnacho tweet in like 2 hours. Just, yeah, there you go. Same shit's different hour. That's what it's like, guys. Calma! And all United fans in here, stop begging it, man. Like, if we drop a bid, come here and chat shit. Right now, you man are trying to do the scaremongering because this is the closest thing that you guys have had to the Mason Mount comeback, karma situation. And I get it. I do the same damn thing. I respect it. But you guys had actually dropped bids for Mount by then. We haven't. We're really, really, really thinking about it. Relax. But big up to all you, man, though. What are the other super chats saying? Big up to Charlie, saying my only gripe with Kudus is that he's not better than Bowen in right wing. He's not good on the left, and as of right now, his passing isn't good enough for the 10. So you've already told me you shouldn't play on the right. Not good on the left.
I said they shouldn't play on the left.
Oh, left. Okay.
Yeah, because this is the thing. What Charlie's saying is right, because he isn't better than Bowen on the right wing. Bowen's the best we have, great finisher and all that. You get him into pockets of space, he'll finish. Kudus on the left, you're only allowing him to go direct. And I think it's with his passing. Kudus trying to drift in, it's like the first two phases of play, trying to pass, always gives the ball away. You need him as far up the pitch as possible. I'm not saying he's even outstanding in terms of creativity, in terms of that. But if you're going to make a mistake, let it be further up the pitch. Don't come dribbling into the first phase of play near the centre backs and then giving away the ball diagonally, which is what he does too much. He does it too much.
So ultimately you should be a 9 then, is that what I'm hearing?
I still think he should be a 10, but just don't drift as much. Let the midfielders distribute the ball to you. Be a second striker sort of thing.
Okay, yeah, I get you. Just don't get involved in the first or second phase. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And big up to Bat saying if sporting directors bring Garnacho and Maresca doesn't use him like Felix and Dewsbury Hall, fair play to him. Better to throw those 60 million to the lap or to any striker profile if you can't get Osimhen or Gyökeres level. But if Maresca doesn't use him, it's just an even bigger indictment on the money that we've wasted on him. That's the thing I do. I say I get if Maresca don't like you, he won't use you and whatever. Sometimes at the very least, you're sticking to players that you believe in. And then the rest is just why did you buy him? Because for some of them, Felix you didn't ask for. Dewsbury Hall you didn't ask for. Garnacho, God knows. Because it also depends on what they tell Maresca to say. Let's be real about it. Maresca's also quietly a bit of a mouthpiece. Let's call it what it is. He went from saying, we have all ththese options. We don't need Chalobah to, here we go. We're bringing back Trevor Chalobah. So I'm not paying attention to as much to what he says word for word. I'll listen to tactics and stuff like that, but anything that I think involves board-related decisions, I'm not listening on because he's just going to say the same thing that they want him to say. There's no point of that. But the bigger thing is, don't even fucking drop a bid. The fact that we're still really, really thinking about it is giving me a bit of hope that maybe our name's just being thrown into it. Apparently we didn't even invite his agent to the bridge. He just turned up. So it might just be an entire ruse to just get something more out of Napoli. But we'll find out. As long as I get to past deadline day and he ain't a Chelsea player, I'll ultimately be happy. But if we drop a bid, we're going to have some big, big fucking conversations. But big up to every single one of you that's locked in. It's been great to reload another episode of Capital Conflict. Sub to Northside, sub to Mike's. We're sending you guys over to the Hotspur Cave right now, people. So everybody head over there, subscribe. We'll see you tomorrow and up the Chelsea.